All right, guys. So like I said, I'm going to go over just tips and tricks that have helped me as I've been doing more lives. And one of the biggest things I want to throw out there first is that I did not wait until I gained the confidence and the courage to go live to start doing it for my business. I hit a point where I realized that that was something that was definitely missing from my business. It was something that I really wasn't doing all that often at all. And I knew that it could help so many different aspects of everything. So I kind of forced myself to start just saying, like, from the time I woke up, I'm going to go live today about this, or I have to go live at some point in this day, or whatever, and started forcing myself to prepare and do it. And every time it got a little bit easier. Every time they sucked a little bit less. Like when I started doing lives, I seriously shook so bad the entire time that you could see it, you could hear my voice shaking. It was terrible. Like they were not good, but I did them and I just kept like, I would go back. Sam told me like, rewatch your lives and you'll get used to hearing yourself and it won't seem so weird. And it really does work. Like it's still to this day painful for me to like go back and watch them. But every one I do, I watch at least one time to see what I would like to change or what I didn't love about it. Um, so the first couple of things I have to go over that help me a lot are making a list of, whether you're talking about a product or the business or whatever, just a list of bullet points of things you definitely want to hit. So like when I'm talking about a product, I'm hitting like all the different little bullets that it does. If you're unsure, look in your e-suite under the product description and there's those like main points right there for you. And then I just go through and talk about, you know, if it's something, I pretty much don't go live about stuff that I don't use because I talk about how I fit it into my day and what it does for me and all that kind of stuff to keep it personal and not just like an actual It Works commercial. You want to make sure that you've got good lighting. Like you don't want to go live when it's dark and people can't really see you. You don't want to go live in like your crazy messy bedroom where they're like looking behind you to see what all that clutter is on your dresser. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying never go live spontaneously, but when I do, I at least make sure that like my lighting's good and people can see me well. And just trying to make sure that it looks good. You know, that's kind of like an advertisement of who you are. That's what people are going to relate to. You don't want it to look like a hot mess. You know, you want to be a little bit prepared. I keep mine on the shorter side. I pretty much never go over 3 to 5 minutes because I think probably around 3 minutes for me is like where I'm starting to max out and like if I'm watching a video going like, where's this going? You know what I mean? Like what are you gonna talk all night or is there like a point to this? So I keep mine on the shorter side and that also helps me not ramble. Like I kind of go through the points that I want to and then I wrap it up and get off. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to flip my camera really quick, maybe. Uh-oh. Sorry, wrong button. Now I'm frozen. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Now let's see if I can do this. I'm so tech savvy. Okay, can you guys see this? It has a ring light on it and it clips right on the side of my desk and holds my phone and it plugs in for the ring light. So this is what I use for all my Zooms, all my lives. Like it literally lets me be hands-free, which makes me feel personally like I can talk freely and I don't have to try to hold my phone at the right angle and still like look personal. Like it's so much better, seriously. And I think this was $20 on Amazon. Like, invest in one. You will love it. You can clip it. I clipped this sucker on my bathroom counter to do a video of me putting a wrap on a live. I've clipped it on my kitchen table. Like, it's really, really nice to have. And it makes you always have good lighting. It makes you look good. And when you feel like you look good, you're happier with your videos, you're happier to stay on and be talking because you're looking at yourself and you're like, dang, I don't look all that bad, you know? When I'm in doubt, when I feel like I'm overwhelmed or I'm confused or I'm starting to get that like panicky feeling, wrap it up and get off. You know what I mean? Like if you're losing your shit, you don't have to keep going. You can try again tomorrow. You know what I mean? Wrap it up. Okay, Facebook, that was all I wanted to talk about. Have a good day. Whatever it is, and get the hell off. Like, don't stay on and just keep, you know, you guys, if you've tried to go live, you know that feeling I'm talking about. And sometimes it happens where, like, you weren't prepared enough, or your mind is not there, or you're distracted by the kids or the dog or whatever. And like, I've just been there where I'm like, oh, this is going to shit. This is just not good anymore. So don't be afraid to like cut it short if it's just not there that day, because I've definitely had those days. Any It Works lives that you guys do, you want to end them with a call to action. You want to have like specific instructions of what these people need to do. So if you're talking about the opportunity in joining your business or products or whatever it is, say like, shoot me a message for more details. Give them a direction of what they need to do to contact you if they're interested in whatever you just talked about. Anybody have anything they want to add or any questions so far? This is totally open to whoever. I want you guys to get a lot out of this. So if you have questions.
I have something, Chelsea.
Okay, go ahead.
Just like in the like call to action kind of thing, like if you watch Ashley Mayfield's lives, like in the middle of like what she's saying, she's constantly like, if you agree with that, drop a 1, or you know, if you agree with that, drop a 2. Like she is like constantly like engaging in whoever is watching. Like I'll admit, like I will drop a 1 in her live videos because like she's just so enthusiastic, and you know, that way she kind of keeps people kind of like interested, you know what I mean? So I think not just at the end, but like overall, like your whole video, try to do that.
I have one real quick, Chelsea. I hope you don't have this on your list though. Do you have like what Cheyenne does?
I haven't watched any lives.
Okay. She like interacts with people that aren't really there. Like she pretends like she's getting these messages while she's going live, like, oh yeah, girl, I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done here. And like, sure, I'll help you place that order. Like she does that, and she said that it's made it so that like people really start to interact with her, or they'll like want to jump on an opportunity because they feel like all these other people are doing that. That was just something she talked about at conference, and at first I was like, okay, weirdo. it's true. You know, people are like, oh, wait, why is everyone getting in her inbox? Like, I should be getting in her inbox, you know?
That's so funny. So like I said earlier, I personally, everybody's opinion is going to be different, but if you haven't done it, you don't know yet. Like, you can't wait until you feel like you're ready, because you're never going to be ready, and the first few are going to suck. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's one of those things like riding a bike. You got to fall off, and you got to get back on, and it'll get better. So definitely don't, if you're scared and you need help, message me, but don't sit back and wait to feel ready, because I don't think you're going to. Again, like I said, I still, when I rewatch mine, I'm like, oh God, that's just, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, I did a live where I made my keto coffee on a live video, and I tried to tilt this up for people to see what was in there, and like I just put all this stuff, and I dumped my coffee all over my counter, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, this is my life right now on a live video. I just dumped coffee all over my counter. And so many people were like, oh my God, that was so funny. I love you. Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, great. I'm so glad that you enjoyed, you know? But people tell me that they love watching me. And that's weird to me every time somebody says it, because I don't think they're good. I don't think I'm anything special to watch. But people connect with you because you're being you and you're being genuine. And there's no way to not see you as a person versus an It Works girl when you're live. You know what I mean? Your lives don't need to be about It Works. I've gone live lately a lot with my dog, and I feel like more and more people are connecting on that. You know what I mean? Like, they're commenting, they're interacting, they're like showing me pictures of their dogs in the comments and stuff. And that's like a big way that I'm able to build relationships, because it's like I'm letting them into a part of my life. You know what I mean? Like, they literally think that we're like best friends because they get to see my dog playing with a new toy, which to me is totally crazy, but it happens to be true.
Can I add something on that, Chelsea?
Of course.
Sorry. I think that like even for me though, like your lives, like I'm constantly like, when is she gonna post about Rocco next? Or when is she gonna like go live about Rocco? And like, if you consistently, like from what I'm seeing just from like other girls, like if you consistently do lives about like the same thing or the same concept, or you're making your coffee every morning, or your collagen at night, or like consistently, like people are gonna want to like see you. You know what I mean? Like even just your Rocco Chronicles, like I'm so excited. Like when is Chelsea gonna go live next? Like I want to see my boyfriend puppy. So it's kind of like people get so excited over that. So if you're consistent, I mean, like I'm preaching to myself here because I don't go live that often, but like if you're consistent with like your lives in a certain topic, people are going to be more likely to like think about it and like want to watch you.
And guys, we talk all the time about in this business, you're selling yourself first. There is very few people that you're the only It Works girl on their timeline, or guys, if you're on here. So seriously, like that is such a big way to brand yourself, because like I said, you're letting people see you, you're letting people into your life. They feel like they're looking at you as a friend. So even if they're not watching an It Works live and becoming a loyal customer that day, they may feel a little more connected to you. And then when they think like, I need to lose 10 pounds, they might be like, oh, my friend Chelsea does that. I could reach out to her. She might be able to help me. So it's so huge. Like you don't have to sell them right then. Like I'm using my posts and my live videos to attract attention to me and what I'm up to, and then let people get curious and start to watch, versus like every single post has to make a sale. When I go live with It Works, most of the time, every once in a while, I'll sit down and talk about the opportunity, and that's hard. That's something I wish I was better at lives for. I feel like I say the same thing every time, and I'm not all that personal about it. But I go live unpacking like boxes that came with products in them and just talk real quick about what each thing is. Or I go live making my keto coffee or putting on a wrap or anything like that you're doing, that you can just show people how easy these products are to use, or how excited you are about X, Y, and Z that just came in the mail today that you've been waiting on. Like use that as a draw. Post like, oh my God, my package just shipped. I'm so excited. I'm going to go live when it gets here. Stay tuned so you can see what I got. And then go live and let people feel that you're actually excited to get this stuff to use for yourself. There's going to be a lot more people interested in the products that you're using when they see how excited you are. Anybody have any questions? Anything to add?
Betty, I just saw your comment in like the chat, and it's okay if you mess up. Like we all do. Like Chelsea was saying, like she like spilled like her coffee all over the place. Like people want you to be you. Like your lives don't have to be perfect. Like they don't have to be like we look at like these top leaders, right? And they're like their lives are like awesome, but they've been doing them for years. Like if we probably scroll back, like we can probably find lives that they're like, stuttering or making mistakes or feeling clumsy or whatever. Like, like even I'm still clumsy and like make mistakes and everything, but it's okay, because like people, like Chelsea said, people want to see you, and they don't want to see like a picture perfect person, because you're not really going to get people that way, in my opinion.
I saw a live, or not a live, well, maybe it was a live, but I saw it on YouTube, an old video of Morgan Martin now. Oh my God, it was terrible. She was in her car, like in between jobs, and she said about 57 times, and I was like, who is that? You know what I mean? She had like total baby face, and now look at her. Like, you watch a live and you want to be her best friend. You know what I mean? Like, that happens from her doing them over and over and over and over and getting comfortable to be who she really is when she knows she's live. That is literally just comfort from practicing over and over.
Chelsea, I think that's absolutely the key, is just doing it consistently. The more you do it, the easier it gets. I know when I was in college, we used to have to give these speeches in front of like the whole class, and you could look at your note cards just for like key points, but you couldn't like read stuff. And literally you'd have to talk for like 10 minutes, and there'd be people counting how many times you said like, and you got critiqued afterwards. And that was like nerve-wracking. But by like the third or fourth one, it's like, okay, you know, it just gets easier every time. So maybe even just do that, like pretend like you're just FaceTiming with your best friend. You know, something like that. Take that like pressure out of it, because really it's your live. You can do whatever you want. You know, it's not like everyone's sitting around all day waiting for you to go live so they can like critique you. Like they're not. And a lot of people are probably going to be like, wow, I wish I had the nerve to do that. You know, so just keep that in mind. Everyone who feels like it's super easy now probably started feeling super like self-conscious and stressed and like they were rambling and fumbling over their words. So just don't be too hard on yourself, and consistency. Just keep doing it and it'll just get better every time.
Who's got questions? Who wants to add anything?
Another thing is like go live with somebody else. Like I know me and Chelsea every now and then will like, we always have issues because Chelsea's phone always gives an echo, but we'll go live and we'll just talk about the products or talk about the opportunity or talk about like anything, because people want to see like the relationships you build too, not just like about the products, you know what I mean? So just go live with somebody else, and it kind of comforts you a little bit more when you do that, because you're literally just having a conversation with a friend on Facebook. So I think if you do it that way for a little bit, you know, you might kind of get a little bit more comfortable just being on a live video. I know we try to do it every now and then, but I think that's also kind of like a good little thing to do as well.
I agree. It definitely makes it easier to go back and forth talking with each other. And I was just thinking while you were saying that of other easy, like beginner lives to do. If you have kids, go live when you're at the park, go live at a sporting event, sit there and talk about that. I'm so glad I don't have to miss this because I have income from my phone. Go live and ask a question. Like you can go live for a minute and say like, hey, I'm going to take my kids on vacation this year. Da, 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 what should we do? You know what I mean? Like little simple stuff like that. If you're just uncomfortable in general and need to get a couple little short ones under your belt to get feeling good enough to do an It Works live, then do little simple stuff like that, you know, just to get used to the process of it.
Even like a giveaway, like the giveaways that we do, like go live about that, because people will share it, you know, like, and that way like their friends are actually getting to see a face instead of just like a normal like host to post. Like they may share your video, or you know, you can do something like, I mean, if they're sharing it, you can do that as a host to post too. So like they can be entered to win like automatically. So like just
gave
like
yourself a good idea, didn't you?
I did.
I literally was right there with you. I was like, huh, that's an interesting idea.
Kristen, I just read your comment and I love that, like just making the commitment to do it. I really do think you're gonna find that it's not that bad. It's really not. Now I say that I don't have like social anxiety. I don't get super nervous. But I know a lot of people that do get like that have just found that consistently doing lives and just talking about different things. Don't put so much pressure on yourself that you need to sit there and explain the loyal customer program or something. The one time I did a Fat Fighter demo, and I wasn't even on camera at all. Literally, I had my phone set up just on the water, you know, and I did it that way. And I was talking, or the one time I opened like a Fit 30 pack and I was just explaining what everything was. If you need to start there, then start there. The one time the three of us, me, Chelsea, and Amber went live at Starbucks on the fly, and it was a total flop. But like it didn't matter because we were like highlighting like this is a work day for us, you know, like hanging out with two of my best friends at Starbucks. You know, just things like that. And you could tell that like we genuinely were like happy to be there. So anyway, yeah, just really think about it and don't put too much pressure on yourself.
I'm like still laughing. Amber's right now. I was sitting on the floor. That was like truly one of the worst lives I've ever seen. I'm like, Holly, Amber's head's not in. Like, you're missing Amber. But seriously, guys, like, start somewhere. Shake up a collagen, shake up a keto coffee, brew a keto coffee K-cup while you're talking in the background. Like Holly said, just start somewhere. It's not going to feel better until you get used to it, really. Anybody? Speak now.
Okay, now we're gonna pick names for everyone to do their live. No, I'm kidding. If anybody has anything that they needed to add, if it's something that you think about later, any questions you have, Chelsea is definitely our live queen, but you can ask any of us. And if you guys have any like topics you want to cover in the weeks coming up, we do have a couple things we wanted to go over. We've been doing a lot of one-on-one Zooms with people, and we're seeing a lot of the same questions, so those are probably going to be some of the topics we're going to cover. But if you guys have anything that you really like, want to talk about, want us to cover, let us know, because honestly, we're, doing these Zooms just to like come together as a team and work on, whatever hurdles are in front of us together. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Chelsea, did you need to say anything else before we log off?
I think that was all I had, so I guess we'll let you guys go early.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for jumping on. And again, if you have questions, I'm going to post this in Diamond Tribe tomorrow, maybe even tonight. Just put your questions in the thread there, and we will definitely answer them for you. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Night, guys.